This is the QUBT 1-month overview reading for the remainder of October 2025. It's currently October 13th, 2025, 11:27 p.m. Eastern Time. QUBT at the time of this reading, $21.46, that's USD. And the shuffle video for the QUBT October reading was created on August 24th, 2025 at 10:43 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video playing for you here. So guys, quick thing, this system is always developing and updating. It's been fine-tuned for the last 26 years, and it's a lot more helpful in the long run to have a little wiggle room on timing than to have everything always be right on point, because it allows for more detailed reading. Like the cards aren't as stuck and rigid in the ruling of how they can be used. Hard to explain, but in any case, with that said, the timing is usually on point to the day. There's cases in some of these readings where you'll need to give part of the reading plus or minus an hour, a day or two of wiggle room, because it's a sequence of chart events that's the primary prediction. The timing is secondary in that regard, but we're usually on point. And with that said, guys, there's some cool services I'll show you how to get at the end of this video. All right, so first off, let's take a look at what we had so far. If you're on our Discord, then you saw our text updates for the last 2 weeks. We were trying something new, and we had a high indication for the 3rd. You can see right here on the 3rd, we have a high for the month. We have a low indication for the 13th. It looks like it came in on the 10th, plus or minus a day happens sometimes. In a lot of the other readings, I had the low here on the 10th, and it ended up being right on point. So just, for our own knowledge and observation so that we can get better, I'm just pointing that out. There's a couple of things that could happen here since we didn't see the low take place on the 13th. It could be that we've seen it already, but it could also mean that we would see lower tomorrow on the 14th. So that one of those is going to end up being the accurate. And I think I would probably, for a safe bet, I'd probably bet on it already transpiring here on the 10th, just because it's always better to play safe, guys, With that said, we should still have a period of volatility tomorrow and a sharp drop that'll stand out in that period of volatility. So depending on where we open, we may very well end up in these ellipses here. Examples of the chart drawings that you have as part of the subscriptions. And then on the 15th, we got a period of sideways rotation, a sharp drop in that period of sideways rotation. Yeah, there should be a sharp drop there. There's also an important range highlighted. And we should see, along that range, we should see sideways solidity, equal amounts of bulls and bears. On the 16th, we have a disappointing failed attempt to break through key resistance, followed by a decline through key support. So probably going to, here on the 14th, 15th, it's probably going to look like we've established support. And then on the 16th, we have this move to the upside where we're expecting to break through resistance, but we don't. Instead, we turn around and we break down through that falsely established support. There's a trade opportunity there. Like there's likely to be a really big move to the upside, pushing the upper end of range higher, at least momentarily. And that would be opportunity to open up a short position, because I think we probably see a low again over here, and I'll explain that in a moment. Now here on the 17th, this is a really tough read. One of the more tough reads I've ever had to look at, because we've got this little arrowhead here. I actually found this in the woods in Morristown, New Jersey. This is from like colonial times. But I always think that's cool. But in any case, it could be indicating so many things in that positioning and that placement on that board. It could be saying that there's a high or there's a low here on the 17th. It could be saying that there's a high, that there's a high or a low here on the 20th. So I think we're probably going to, what's going to happen is we're going to see some price swinging. When there's confusing like reads like that, a lot of the time you have to get out of the idea or the mentality of either or, yes and no, right and wrong. Like sometimes you get like these things that seem either or, but really you're getting them both because there's some way to put them together to reconcile the two into one solution. So we're probably going to see highs and lows here. And the Magus card could be a huge move. Let's see if I can figure out which direction that move will be. Usually it's a huge move. Yeah, so that's going to be to the downside. So when we have this move on the 16th to open up, I would open up a short position for an overnight swing into the 17th where we have this huge move to the downside. If I'm wrong, we'll have another opportunity, a backup opportunity to exit the shorts around the 21st. A rule of thumb when trading this information, never trade this information alone. Always have the Discord. And more importantly, always take the first exit where you have a good profit. Don't wait for backup exits. The longer your money's in the market, the more likely you are to lose it. It's just the law of the market. In any case, I think we probably are going to have a low over here. It'll either be on the 20th or the 21st, or it could be both maybe. But we'll have a prominent peak and a lot of price change into or out of the peak midday on the 20th at a key resistance level that we've failed to break through many times before. And the decline into the low. There's a brief peak that's easily missed on the 21st, followed by a decline through multiple support levels into a low. And then a trough early in the day on the 22nd, we'll have a notable move out of that trough into a peak on it might be that we have like a move higher out of that trough on the 22nd and then a full retracement by the end of the day. Or it could be a move higher into a peak here on the 23rd. If we move higher and a full retracement taking place on the 22nd, then we most likely have a move higher and a full retracement again on the 23rd. But it could just be one big move higher, full retracement combining the cards. So be mindful of that. But there's a peak there in the early part of the 23rd, early morning of the 23rd. The 24th, prudence card indicating caution, advised, multiple false tops or bottoms, some sort of tricky chart behavior. Could do something wrong impulsively, so be mindful there. There's no indication to trade there, so you shouldn't be trading. You should only be trading when you're trading SO meta-analysis. Follow the trade advisement. There's reasons why sometimes you see a highest high indication and then the trade's on a different day. There's always going to be a reason for that. So follow the trades as part of the Discord, you know. So on the 27th, out of oversold territory, huge move to the upside, bumping along resistance sideways on the 28th. And we might see another high. We're probably going to see the highest high for the month, which will most likely be the same high as over here on the 3rd, because we've got this oppression card thing kind of going on. In either case, there's a lot of price change into and or out of a support level on the 29th, combined with that prominent peak, most likely a high. It could be one of these 3 days, but most likely there on the 29th. Towards the end of the day, big move into it. And then on the 30th, a period of volatility ending with a fast sudden move higher. On the 31st, a resistance level that will decline from and return to at least once on the 31st, and if not on the 31st, on the very next day. The Ace of Swords is a great card for placing a trade where you get an actual price level as an exit, which isn't common in SO meta-analysis. What you want to do is you want to identify what that resistance level is. It'll be important range. Identify what that resistance level is, and then when we fall from it, in theory, any price below that resistance level on the way down is going to be a good buy. Obviously, the lower the better. But you should be able to exit all long positions that are purchased below that resistance. When it returns to that resistance level, that would be the exit. So you need to identify what that price level is in real time. And we'll actually see a breakout, it looks like, through that resistance. But a smart move would be to exit at that resistance, to be mindful and cautious. It looks like we've got a higher price level in November, which is interesting. When we look at the 1 year, the 1 year is so on point, guys. So the 1 year, we had the lowest low for QUBT in 2025 over here in March, as indicated with this dark red ellipse. Lowest low for the year. Highest high we have for September and October. And my sense is that what's going to happen is we're going to have a U-shaped dip back to the high in November. So it's indicated as the highest high here in October, which we nailed. but we'll probably see it again when we U-shaped dip into the same price level for the high of November. Really on point, guys. And if you're wondering when the 2025 one-year reading was created for QUBT, where's the QUBT shuffle file? Oh, here's the shuffle file for the 2025 one-year reading. I was created on December 23rd, 2024, 4:28 p.m. Eastern Time. Still being used to this day, live, with accuracy, guys. So it's a testament to ESO meta-analysis. It's coming out of a funky kind of period of development with this stuff, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like things are going to get dramatically better and more accurate for us, like they normally have been throughout the years. And then that's QUBT for October 2025, the remainder of QUBT in October. So guys, if you're interested in those services, you want to go to our website, Tarot for Traders, hover over order now, click on subscriptions. Monthly access subscription gets you the type of information that you saw in this video for all of these tickers in crypto: SPY, BTC, XRP, Tesla, Nvidia, QUBT, and Solana. Currently $300 a month. Make that back in one trade, my friends. And you're getting Discord, live Discord trade alerts, and live Discord guidance, I should say, trade guidance in real time. So it doesn't get much more valuable than that. But with that said, guys, thanks to everybody supporting the channel with the monthly access version of this video. And blessings to all my angel investors out there following that rule of karma, bringing hope to humanity. Love you guys. And I'll see you on the next one.